Guys, let me show you how is it that you need to approach the figure-based part of your exam. Okay, I'm gonna go step by step in the instructions that I just sent you about it and that are on D2L as well. So check it out. I have my base, I have my figures. I'm gonna go step by step. Step number 1, figure out what the abbreviation stands for, and all of the abbreviations are here. They just call them the symbol most often used. So check it out. The first one, the first marking that I have is 4-3. I go here and I go at 4-3 is an abbreviation for a sixth, a fourth, and a third on top of the base. Forget what inversion symbols are. This is not exactly what we're talking about right now. All what we're talking about when we use figure base is intervals on top of the base. So we figure out what the abbreviation stands for. This stands for a sixth, a fourth, and a third on top of the base. Good. It's not the root, it's just the base, the lowest standing note. Step number 2, write every interval quantity above the base following the key signature. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. This is my base is A, so I'm gonna write it again. And then a third is gonna be a C sharp because it's in the key signature. A fourth is gonna be a D sharp because it's in the key signature. And a sixth is gonna be an F sharp because it is on the key signature. So that's good. Adjust for any accidentals shown in markings. There's no accidentals here, but I could add one if I wanted to. How about I add a natural to a third above? Okay, so what is a third above that base? The base is A, so a third would be the C sharp. I'm gonna add a natural by that C. Perfect. So 3 taken care of. Number 4, figure out the lead sheet symbol, letter and quality. How can I do that? Let's take all the notes that I have. D sharp and F sharp, and try to organize them or stack them by thirds. How can I do this? Like this. This is the chord that I have, or this would be the snowman root position of this. And when we need to find out what the chord is, we always put it on root position, which is stacking it by thirds to see how it works, right? And now I can see that from D sharp to F sharp, there's a minor third. From F sharp to A, there's another minor third. And if that is true, then from D sharp to A, there should be a diminished fifth, which is correct. So my triad is a diminished triad. I'll put it here, diminished triad. And now I have to figure out what is the interval between the root and the seventh of the chord. Since if I get rid of this C sharp, of this sharp on the D, I know that D and C would be a minor seventh because C is not in the key of D major. C sharp would be, so this is a minor seventh. And if I add that sharp again, what I'm doing is I'm shrinking that interval, right? From D to C to D sharp to C. So that is a diminished 7. This is a diminished chord. So what is the lead sheet symbol for a diminished chord? I know that this would be a D sharp, because that's the root, diminish 7. And since I know that that is an inverted chord, because I know that the base, or what this figure base is showing me, is that the base is an A, then I would just write, how do we write the inversions on lead sheet symbols? We just write a slash and what note is in the base. So this would be the correct lead sheet symbol for this figure base marking. Okay? Does that make sense? If that's all you needed, you can stop the video here and you're done. Let me do another one just in case. Okay? Step by step. Let's do this one. Okay? Check it out. If you want, you can stop the video and do it by yourself and see if we would get to the same result. Figure out what the abbreviation stands for. Okay? I see a 7. What is a 7 stand for? 7 means that there's a 7th, a 5th, and a 3rd above the bass. So I'll write it here. A 7, a 5th, and a 3rd above the bass. Step number 2, write every interval quantity above the bass following the key signature. So I'll do it. This is the bass, that's what is there, right? This is an F sharp, there's a 3rd on top, there's a 5th, and there's a 7th. Cool. Okay, step number 3, adjust for any accidentals shown in markings that are in red. And the little addendum, accidental by itself always refers to a note a 3rd above the bass. So what this means is that the interval of the 3rd above the bass is gonna have a sharp on it. What is a 3rd above that bass is an A. So the A is gonna have a sharp. And then easy, just figure out the lead sheet symbol. This one is actually already stacked by thirds. F sharp, A sharp, C sharp, because it's in the key signature, and E. This is a major triad, and this is a minor seventh. So this is a major minor chord, which the lead symbol, the lead sheet symbol is just 7. So I can erase everything but the root and just write a 7 by it. In this case, this would be the correct lead sheet symbol for this bass marking. Okay, so if you follow the steps one by one that I put in the instructions, you'll get this point right. Okay, thank you guys.